Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for making Youth Caucus part of the planning for future work of the Permanent Forum. We would like to hereby address a couple emerging issues pertinent to indigenous youth. Economic sovereignty is the key to the overall sovereignty of our people. The recent global economic crisis has worsened the poverty condition and livelihood of our family. Indigenous youth workers are forced to work longer hours and to sustain income. This has threatened our right to education and equal opportunities. By educating the youth, we can grow stronger as an indigenous community. Education is the fundamental right for indigenous youth. However, not all indigenous youth have equal access to education designed for our needs in our language and reflects our worldview. We shall put priority on revitalizing our language and our culture. Mr. Chairman, climate change is another pressing issue which endangers the livelihood of our family. With increased exposure to natural disasters, our people are becoming climate victims. We are forced to relocation and dispossession of our lands. Our culture is uprooted from our traditional territories. Mr. Chairman, it has also come to our attention that some of our indigenous brothers and sisters do not have equal access to the Permanent Forum. The UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People reaffirms that we, the indigenous people, should be free from discrimination of any kind when we are exercising our rights. Indigenous youth especially should have equal rights to attend the Permanent Forum and learn from the forefront of indigenous works. Recommendations. First, we urge the Permanent Forum to review problems of poverty and land rights, and to reassure that developments are not at the cost of indigenous peoples. We urge governments to stop forced relocation and grant legal recognition to the ownership and control over our customary lands and resources. Second, we highly recommend that the Permanent Forum work closely with UNICEF and other UN agencies to empower future indigenous leaders. Third, we request action plans and strategies to be discussed in the Permanent Forum for the reduction of education gap between indigenous and non-indigenous. We want an education that will end discrimination against the indigenous people and promote respect of our culture. Fourth, grant access to the Permanent Forum based on our indigenous nation, rather on states, and restore the mislabeled indigenous youth whose bloodline is mixed due to colonization. And last but not least, that all governments should have legal systems to protect and represent indigenous people. In 2007, the Vietnamese government arrested, defrauded, and imprisoned these 3 former Khmer Krom monks who are standing behind us today. We recommend that governments, especially the Vietnamese government, respect the freedom of religion and have legal systems to protect victimized people. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.